Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to this FPL Double Game Week 22 edition of FPL Hacks with me, Holly Shand. Obviously the focus this week has got to be on those teams that have two fixtures, 180 minutes of action to try and get some serious fantasy points on the board. So I'm going to be going through each position of defender, midfield and forward and picking out two selections who could be a good transfer in this week if you don't own them already. If you're enjoying the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Starting with defenders then, the player that stands out to me in the premium bracket who could get attacking returns and clean sheets this week is Chelsea's Marcos Alonso. Obviously Chelsea are one of the best defences in the Premier League this season, and with Ben Chilwell now sidelined for the rest of the season, Marcos Alonso should make that left back slot his own, and he's been very impressive. He's got 1 goal and 3 assists already this season, and he's chipping in with bonus points as well. He's had 5 bonus points in his last 4 games, and if you're wanting a slice of that Chelsea defence, he's the most advanced player right now with Reece James sidelined on the other wing, so he's the one that I would go for. Now, looking at the cheaper end of the bracket, I really like the look of Burnley's fixtures against Leicester and Watford, and their top scoring defender this season is Matthew Lowton. He's got 1 goal and 3 assists already, and he's a great price at 4.4 million. Some tough fixtures coming up for Burnley after the double, but it's cheap enough to hold on your bench. So if you've currently got someone in your squad like Timo Livramento, who looks like he's going to be injured and out for a little while, Matthew Lowton could be a great replacement for this week, and then hold him on your bench until more great fixtures come up for Burnley. Looking at midfielders now then, the first choice I would go for is Leicester City's James Maddison. He's been in sensational form during December and he's managed 4 double-digit hauls in his last 6 starts, which is really impressive. And if you have a look at Leicester's fixtures for the next 3, he looks to be a great hold, not only for the double but also beyond as well. And when we think about Leicester's current situation, they're struggling for strikers right now, which means with Vardy out for a little while, Maddison should be playing a more advanced role and he'll be on penalties as well, so there's plenty of sources of fantasy points for him. Another cheap midfielder who's become a late option for the double game week targets is Spurs' Lucas Moura. Obviously we've seen Son has picked up a hamstring injury and he's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks now, but that should open the door for Lucas Moura, and he's at a great price as well at 6.5 million. We should see a string of starts for him now, and in his last 4 starts he's got 2 goals and 2 assists, so that's very encouraging numbers for him as well. So that door's been opened. Hopefully he can take advantage, and Spurs have got a couple of great fixtures for the double game week. Moving on to forwards then, and we're going to have to find a captaincy option for the double game week. Mo Salah's away at the African Cup of Nations, so if you don't own Cristiano Ronaldo already, I would seriously consider bringing him in because he's one of the highest owned assets that's got a double game week this week, and that means he's likely to be the most captained. He's got 8 goals this season, 4 of them have come in December, so he's in good form for Manchester United, and we've seen his shot tallies improve in recent weeks as well, so it looks like he's now enjoying his football at Manchester United. He's on penalties as well, so that's something that's really encouraging, and there's plenty of potential with those fixtures. Aston Villa and Brentford aren't doing too well in terms of keeping clean sheets right now, and the encouraging thing is that we've seen Ronaldo playing 90 minutes consistently week in, week out, so we don't have to worry too much about rotation for him at the moment because he's looking pretty fit. Now, in terms of being able to afford Ronaldo, you may need to find some budget enablers elsewhere, and the budget enabler that stands out to me this week is Josh King. And if you are looking to ride this game week out without going for Ronaldo, King could be a little bit of a differential when it comes to captaincy. The fixtures do look very good for Watford, not just this week with the double game week fixtures, but also their fixture in game week 23 as well. So King is a player that you can hold for a little while. he's going to be on penalties for Watford as well. So another great enabler, and he's got 5 goals and 4 assists this season. So I know Emmanuel Dennis has probably been outscoring him in recent weeks, but he's got a little bit of a knock, so that means that Josh King looks like the most nailed on route into this Watford attack, and obviously he's the one that we could be considering for that consistency over the double. Now, if you've got any fantasy dilemmas of your own going into the double game week, maybe you're considering playing a chip. I think we'll see a lot of free hits and wildcards activated this week, and maybe some bench boosts and triple captains as well. So if you've got any questions about how to set up your squad for the double, do get in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of them before the deadline, which comes on Friday at 6:30 p.m. It's a Friday deadline. Do not miss it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with another video next week. Good luck everyone for double game week 22.